Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. I'm Gideon Butler-Smith, and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday, where we share bits and pieces of wisdom about the baking industry. Today, I will try to shed some light on the mythical market segment gluten-free. First off, if anyone doesn't know yet why we have such a strong demand for a gluten-free diet, it is because it has been guesstimated that 1% of the world's population has celiac disease, a disease where eating gluten can have adverse reactions to our body. Gluten is a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. In and of itself is not completely bad, but the reality of celiac disease has forced bakers to innovate starting from the late 1900s. By 2015, 64% of U.S. consumers indicated they had considered gluten-free to be very healthy. Gluten-free appeals to consumers but poses challenges to bakers. No flour? Are you kidding? Companies have put in overtime to develop alternatives that help satiate bakers and consumers alike. A Baker paper on Baker Academy titled Gluten-Free Problem Solving gives great tips for us bakers on how to deliver quality products, and here are some of those tips. The first one is to really be clear with your labeling and sourcing of ingredients. Wheat, rye, and barley all have different varieties, and 20 parts per million of gluten is too much, according to the FDA, to be found in a gluten-free product. Formulation of gluten-free products is laid out really nicely and easy to understand on the Baker paper and explains the function of each ingredient as well as the expected usage percent. Potato, rice, and corn flours combine to give a nice substitute for flour containing gluten. And that's just one example of the formula that's laid out. Cereals, roots, tubers, pseudo-cereals, legumes, and pulses, and even nut flours all offer great substitutes providing structure, flavor and aroma, and crumb formation, which are some attributes given by gluten. Other attributes like viscoelastic, water binding, and gelling can be achieved by starches, gums, and other plant-based proteins, some of which I've mentioned with the tubers and cereals, etc. Particle size, swelling temperature, and ratio of amylose and amylopectin molecules all combine to create different effects needed to achieve a quality product. I thought this was really interesting in regards to starches when even thinking about the nuance of swelling temperature and ratio of starch molecules. This really illuminates the need for in-depth study of ingredients and helps me appreciate all of the research done into the gluten-free products. This Baker paper hits on the challenges of wet, sticky dough, dry, crumbly products, shelf life, leavening action, product tenderness, and several more questions bakers around the world face with gluten-free products. The question that stood out to me that I thought suited our Wisdom Wednesday segment was, for gluten-free bread preservation, what acids and quantities would you recommend? I thought it was a timely question with the urgency of shelf life extension as we all face supply chain emergencies. The goal will be to bring the dough batter down to a 5.5 pH for antimicrobial conditions and allow your mold inhibitors to get to work. Traditional mold inhibitors are calcium propionate and sorbic acid, with clean label options being cultured whey, corn, prune and raisin juice, and other organic acids. This Baker paper suggests Calpro to be used at 0.5% flour weight for a 2-week shelf life, and the clean label substitutes will require a higher dose for the same amount of time. Gluten-free is certainly not going anywhere, and with the demand for health-focused products, increased population with celiac disease and gluten intolerance, and with the supply chain shortages of gluten, bakers will continue to search for methods, ingredients, and equipment to help increase gluten-free product quality. As always, go check out Baker Academy where you can read this Baker paper for yourself, as well as so many others, including Baker videos, papers, forums, and an all-new product, Baker Certified, where you can become certified in the basics of baking science and further your education and career. Thanks for watching. I'll see you, and happy baking.